This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. I hold in my hands an arrest warrant for a man who is no longer alive. A man who threatened on multiple occasions to assassinate the President of the United States, the Vice President of the United States, FBI agents, Merrick Garland, Alvin Bragg. And I tell you what, let me play this like 30 seconds of video, kind of outline what's going on from NBC. And then I'm going to come back because I was going to read an article. I was going to read an NBC article. And then I got my hands on the actual arrest warrant with the actual probable cause, with all of the posts on Facebook, the threats that he made. And yikes, it is crazy. Watch this quick hit from NBC. Yeah.
An alarming story out in Utah. FBI went to serve a search warrant to somebody. Is search warrant or subpoena?
It was an arrest warrant.
Arrest warrant to somebody that had been making some threats and clearly turned into a shootout.
Shot and killed this man in Provo, Utah. And this was a guy that, I'm going to just pull up the note here, that had posted on social media, the time is right for a presidential assassination or two. First Joe, then Kamala. So, of course, that's going to merit a visit from the authorities, and we're not exactly sure what happened, but he was killed. And this comes at a time when threats against public officials have spiked, particularly in the last year.
This is one of the reasons that this story is so important, to me especially, because I am the object of death threats from these very types of unhinged radicals. And one of the things that I want to talk about in this is this guy, this Craig Robertson, is using Craig Robertson, is using the same language as Donald Trump. Everybody's deranged, and it's a carbon copy. It is just a repetition. He's parroting Donald Trump's talking points. So all of this time, video after video, month after month, year after year, that I talk about Donald Trump inciting violence and people pushing back and saying, no, you're overreacting. Donald Trump's not responsible for that. But he is. There'll be a link to this entire thing in the description if you'd like to take a look. I'm just going to go through these and put them on screen as I go. This is September 19th, 2022 from Craig Robertson. The time is right for a presidential assassination or two. First Joe, then Kamala. September 21st, 2022. Letitia James, a sniper's bullet does not recognize your qualified immunity, bitch. I'll stop reading the dates because it's, just within the last few months. The Heinrich Himmler of America, Merrick Garland, the demented weasel, eventually hanged by the neck until dead. Death to Joe Biden, death to Joe Biden, death to Joe Biden, death to Joe Biden. Hey, Merrick Garland, you demented weasel, send your FBI SWAT team to my house. I'm a MAGA Trumper. You won't, because I fight back against cowards. Here's a post where he took a photo of his tactical weapon. My Democrat Eradicator, a gas-operated point-and-shoot nail driver. Biden is a lying idiot. He is destroying America. Death to Biden 3 times. Long-range Democrat hypocrite eradicator. Apparently his spelling was eradicated early in life. He's now dead, by the way. The FBI killed him. There was a gunfight when he tried to do the very thing he swore he would do if they came for him. Because Joe Biden is going to be in Utah maybe tomorrow, in the next days. And I'm sure it was the FBI going to secure this man to ensure he did not pose a threat to the United States of America and the President of the United States. Here we go. Merrick Garland eradication tool. Coming for me with your FBI, you little demented weasel. Cowardly asshole? ? Merrick Garland, the demented weasel. Remember, Donald Trump calls Jack Smith demented constantly. It's deranged and demented. This is all just Donald Trump's language being repeated. Merrick Garland, the demented weasel, I am 100% anti-abortion. Why are your FBI cowards not kicking in my door? Know this, they will die. Well, it appears, Craig Robertson, that wasn't the case. Another patriotic dream. I am standing over Gavin Newsom with a wound above his brow and my suppressed my Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm still smoking. Freedom from stupid day. Here is a post where he takes a picture, which is apparently witnessed and authenticated, that he shot this nickel at 100 yards right through the center. In the post, he says, well, I did it to Jefferson. Thomas Jefferson is on the nickel. I did it to Jefferson right in the temple. Bet I can do it to old Joey and save the world. The demented weasel Merrick Garland needs a 12-gauge enema, spelled incorrectly. To my friends in the Federal Bureau of Idiots, I know you're reading this and you have no idea how close your agents came to violent eradication. To my friends in the Federal Bureau of Idiots, I know you're reading this and you have no idea how close your agents came to bang. Hey, Alvin, meaning Alvin Bragg, a sniper's bullet may violate your rights just like your policies violate Manhattan residents' rights. Dig deeper, Alvin Bragg. There is not a hole deep enough to hide from a sniper's bullet. Hey, FBI, you still monitoring my social media? Checking so I can be sure to have a loaded gun handy in case you drop by. Again. If I really told you what I'd like to do to Joe Biden, Facebook would censor me and the FBI would pay me another visit. Are you getting a pattern here? There's just a few more. Because of Joe Biden's policies, when he is finally assassinated, no one will give a damn because he ain't black. Not a joke, he says. Wouldn't be a violent Trumper if you didn't pepper in a little racism, no? Looking forward to the death of Joe Biden. I just want to piss on this son of a bitch's grave. And then finally, here on page 36, I hear Biden is coming to Utah, digging out my old ghillie suit and cleaning the dust off my M24 sniper rifle. Welcome, buffoon-in-chief. A ghillie suit you may have seen if you've ever watched a military movie where there's snipers or scout snipers. It looks like it's covered in leaves. It's just a way to conceal yourself, to be able to move undetected. And there are pictures, indeed, there are pictures in here. I'll just throw one up. I don't know what page it's on, but I've seen it, so I'll put it up. There are pictures of him in the suit. So a lot of this really boils down to, for instance, if someone is claiming that they're going to hurt themselves, they're going to unalive themselves. A mental health professional needs to ask the question of, do they have a plan and do they have the means to do so? Those two things in tandem are a dangerous combination. And now this is not suicide, but this is absolutely, he did have the means and he did have a plan. Now, I don't know what this is going to show. I'm recording this on Wednesday night for Thursday morning. So I'm curious as to what the Republican stance on this is, what the talking points are going to be. Are they going to turn this guy into a martyr who was taken out by a rogue FBI? Are they going to stand behind this maniac who on occasion after occasion after occasion threatened the life of the leader of the United States and the vice president and governors and prosecutors because he's ultra MAGA? What are they going to do? Because it's becoming more and more and more and more clear as every day that passes that Donald Trump, this is what he wants. Donald Trump would be nothing but gleeful if this Craig Robertson had gotten his way and his plan had come to fruition. If the FBI had not intervened in this case, and Craig Robertson perched himself on some building somewhere in Utah and took a shot at Joe Biden. What's your prediction? What are Republicans going to say? You have the advantage because you are commenting tomorrow, and I'm talking about this yesterday, or today for you, yesterday for you. Anyway, not good. You can leave a comment below. You can also leave me a voicemail, 714-576-4054. Of course, you can email me daily@dollemore.com, and I would love to hear from you, especially if you live in Utah. I saw some tweets of somebody saying, oh, this guy's in my ward, which would indicate this guy is a Mormon, which, baffles my mind a little bit. Most of the Mormons I know are pretty peaceful people, radical in their politics, but peaceful. Listen, if you appreciate what I do and you want to help support my work, you want to help produce this show, click the join button there. See what's involved in becoming a channel member for $1.99 a month. You can help support and produce what we're doing. Click that Super Things button, or even better, go over to patreon.com/IDoubtIt podcast. I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. I'm going to go before my voice just collapses all over the desk. See you next time. Be genuine. Be genuine. Take care of one another.